Batman 89 issue 2, the second issue of a six-part miniseries where we're back inside the Tim Burton Batman universe, the Burtonverse as some people like to call it, the same universe as the Michael Keaton Batman, the self-focused Catwoman, the Billy J. Williams Harvey Dent, and versions of characters that many people like myself are fans of, that we have nostalgia for, and all the other positive ways you can ascribe it. And it's really interesting reading this issue because I found some information about the before Batman Returns, the other versions of Batman 2, the sequel to the original film, and knowing that it's Sam Hamm writing this story, the six-part story, and finding out that his original ideas for Batman 2, let's call that, that Harvey Dent was going to be the villain, that Catwoman was going to be vengeful, which in a way kind of what we got given in Batman Returns, which I love. As I said, I prefer Returns. I'm a huge fan of Returns than 89. I know that's sacrilegious, but that's my opinion, okay? I hate to be that guy. It's like, it's just my opinion, but it's my opinion, okay? But also Robin, which is kind of the most lure portion from the canon on saying so. We're talking about the 90s where the exposure for Robin was the 60s show and the concept of, hey, here's this little boy, this 13 Robin, yay, with my stick and I'm getting fight with, and this grown man is letting me fight these guys with machine guns, yay, yeah. I mean, that's even problematic now because more as time passes, in a live action format, it just makes Batman look like a child abuser. If it's like, here's my ward, who I also let, guys with machine guns fire at. Very weird. So they decided to go for the vigilante route. Of course, that never went to pass, and we got Batman Returns, which once again I fucking love. But reading this and the first issue, it does feel like we're getting to see what could have been. What could have been, what could have been this, what could have been that, and reading the second issue, it immediately does feel like the third movie, and it feels the same beats, and I really adore and really enjoyed the writing in this, that it's all about fleshing out Harvey, because as I said, like in '89, Harvey wasn't the most. Like, he was there, he was like, no comment, and no, on the phone, like, he was there, and if you knew the comics, you knew who Harvey Dent was, and who he became, and all that kind of stuff. But, in this, they fleshed it out, and they fleshed out even more, and in the first issue, he was talking, it was kind of him as a character, but this issue is about him with his community, and how he connects with him, what his community sees in him, because he's all about fixing Gotham, and because of the events that happen at the end of the first issue and the start of this issue, and I don't want to spoil this yet, even though I'm going to spoil that Catwoman's in it, but makes his community, the neighborhood that he lives in, question, and he has this speech that questions that his community questions him more, but plus his some police officers of the GCPD are questioning him, and it is really well witched out and really well written and really well put together. And if you're a person who's like, this is a Batman book and Bruce is barely in it, yeah, that's kind of like the feel of it. Like, that was, let's be honest, that was always the common complaint with the 90s Batman movies. And it plays on that. It is essentially he's the Clint Eastwood type in this. He is just going to go down his town, Gotham, and fight the bad guy, or, basically he's only going to show up when the light needs him to show up. And it's a really well put together issue. Now, as I said before, Catwoman's in it, as like the end tag thing, and the big thing that came into my head, I mean, first, you know, the reaction of like, oh my god, you're alive, because the last time the last time we saw her was
2 lives left. I think I'll save one for next Christmas. But in the meantime, how about a kiss, Santa Claus?
yeah, Bruce thought she was dead. And so you got that. But the big thing for me was the costume. Like, it still kept, like, what we knew and what the costume looked like. But clearly, because the suit got wrecked at the end of Batman Returns, they decided to go a little bit more classic. Like, it's still the self-fight for Catwoman, but it has a more of those Catwoman elements, definitely from, like, the 80s and 90s. A lot of purple in, like, the sides of her legs. I'm probably put an image of the comic to give people a visual in it. But besides the comics, she has like maybe belts here. She has like a little utility belt and a whip. It's kind of like picture the '90s Catwoman outfit with all the purple mixed with a bit of the self-fiber like Frankenstein type of stitching. It's actually pretty well done, put together. All that, but yeah, this is a really well put together issue, and yeah, I think this and the Superman one, I'm digging the crap out of these like movie tie-in, these movie